And we're live. Good evening, everyone. It is Sunday, September 11th. The time is just after 7 p.m., and welcome to another Sunday Night Stumbles, where I will not be distracted at all as my fantasy football team's week plays out over there on the big screen. I promise. That is not what is catching my attention when you see me looking that way. It's something completely different and totally related to this stream. I see a lot of people in the chat already. Harjot is here. Susan, Naughty Brown, Brad Palmer says, good evening, 21 years to the day of 9/11. Yes, today we remember a very tragic loss of life 21 years ago to the day. Christopher Haydock, Kathleen, Colette, 21st Century, Michael Nguyen. Susan took 20,000 steps today. You know what, Susan? I took 1,302 steps today. And no, I am not lying. Can you see that? My step count is on the top. 1,302. I did not leave the apartment all day. Tom Bikes 416 ran into CJ Hoyle today. Awesome. He's a super nice guy. Ice Cream King is here. Whitby Dude. Case, Cpand, Pine Soul, TTC Ontario Transit, and everyone else. Thank you for joining in. Wesley Torres, John Burke, and of course, Vivian Johnson, our CEO extraordinaire, as Kansas City Chiefs just punched it in. So, yes, this is the first week of fantasy football. So, for tonight, I kind of want to show you guys like a pretty crazy video that was filmed in Toronto I came across. And I don't really know how to feel about it, but it's pretty awesome and scary at the same time. So I just kind of wanted to play that. We'll talk about the usual stuff. There's actually a lot of really interesting things on Blog TO today we'll get over. As usual, we'll go over. As usual, feel free to chat amongst yourselves. Ask me anything and everything, and I'll do my best to answer. I might put your message on the screen. Marge says, hi all. I did promise a Charlie update for today, and it's my understanding that he's doing well. There's really no new major developments. And yes, I got a fresh batch of IPAs. I went to the LCBO yesterday, and I picked up 7 different IPAs. This one is in a green can. I can't be bothered to deal with the can or pour it into a glass. So this is a Mill Street Brewery Hazy Organic IPA. It's 6% alcohol, and there is no marketing mumbo jumbo on the can. So hello and cheers tonight. I was drinking last night. I went to the St. Louis Wings and Ribs on, or whatever they call it, Bar and Grill, just north of Yonge and Davisville. I put a picture of that on my Instagram. Had a few pints, and then I went to the FN Function Lounge at Yonge and Eglinton, and I continued having some drinks. So nothing says getting over a hangover like having an IPA. So cheers to everyone out there. And that is why I didn't get out today. I'm trying to get 4 videos done between Friday and Sunday every week. And I got 2 done on Friday night, and I got 2 done yesterday. One which was on the channel this morning, the other channel, Johnny Stride. So I kind of had a bit of leeway to give myself a day off as per my own rules I totally made up. So I stayed in. I was thinking maybe I'll go out and live stream. I'm going to be busy tomorrow. I don't think I'll be able to stream. So maybe Tuesday or Wednesday we'll get around to it. COVID Hippo says cheers. Cheers to you. I'm just curious. Is anyone... This is a weird poll, but how many of you are playing fantasy football? And this year... I am not. Let's see what your options are. So when I was in Korea back in 2008 or 9, I started playing fantasy football for the first time with a bunch of guys there. And since then, we've all gone our own separate ways. There's someone in Germany. There's someone in Chile. There's someone else in Toronto in my league. There's a bunch of people in the States. There's some people still in Korea. There's someone in Thailand. And we've also had some new people come and go. So we get together every year online and we draft our teams. And then Sunday is the big day where all our players roll out and play. So there is my team. Just in case, if you're curious as to what I'm doing when I'm looking over there, my quarterback Josh Allen. Ooh, my wide receiver Mike Williams. My wide receiver number 1 has a whopping 3 points. Adam Thielen, Breece Hall, the rookie, Devin Singletary, Travis Kelce, killing it today. So I'm currently winning 119 to 116, and I'm a 66% favorite to win the day. So tonight my opponent has nobody playing. We're just going to wait till Monday. And tonight I have Ezekiel Elliott playing. So pretty sure I'm going to win this week, but Kyler Murray and James Conner are still playing right now, and they're playing Travis Kelce. So that game will be over very soon. There's only like 7 minutes left in it. And that's... Holy shit. Oh, 4% are playing fantasy football, 69% are not, and 27% of you are raccoon children. That's weird, but hey, I put that option up. Whitby Dude just does a regular pool, not fantasy. Fantasy's weird because it gets you like rooting for individual players and against individual players, and sometimes they're on the same team and you don't really care about the outcome of the game so much unless the defense is involved. It's just a really weird dynamic that changes how you watch it. Mike T says, what's your team name? You've heard that a funny name is a thing for fantasy football. I deliberately hid that. My team name comes from an era where my whole league, we were trying to be offensive with our names, and we've just kind of kept them that way. Keep in mind, this is going back to like the late 2000s. It's not that, it's based on South Park. It's not that bad, but you already know how to look it up and find it. I'll just tell you that much. I have already shown you enough how to find my team name. Christopher Haydock does fantasy football over there in the UK. So, as you know, I have a bunch of e-bikes and a bunch of e-scooters. But have you guys ever seen these on the road? They're called EUCs, or electric unicycles. Have you ever seen anyone doing this? Vivian says, I need a selection that is for us who have no clue what it is. All right, I'm going to end the poll. 6% of you are playing fantasy football. Good for all 6% of you. Maybe I'll just put my score up on my phone here so I don't keep looking over at the TV. Colette says, yes, they get a lot of attention. Yeah, so this one here is like probably the most popular, or it's an update of the most popular model. They're like $3,000-$4,000, and basically the way they work is you stand on them and you kind of have to stand upright, and they don't balance themselves side to side. They balance front and back, right? So you have to balance side to side yourself. I've actually had a tutorial on riding one, and when it came time to step on it, I decided not to. I didn't really feel like cracking my head open. Even though I don't think they're that dangerous once you get the hang of it, I think they're fine. But you are starting to see more and more of these all over the roads in Toronto, and even on the bike lanes and bike paths. They're kind of crazy. If you're wondering, YouTube, what they look like in motion, the most insane EUC and e-bike street race ever, how to ride an EUC.
60 miles an hour. I mean, I don't really think it's that extreme of a speed. You've probably gone that fast without even noticing it while driving to work. But on an electric unicycle, now it's a whole different thing. Not only is it our next aspirational grand challenge speed-wise, it also has...
I don't know. Something about that screams nuts to me. Like, my e-scooter, at least if I hit like a big pothole, it's got 2 wheels. Same with the bike. This thing, 1 wheel, you are the suspension. I don't think there's much of a there's got to be some kind of suspension. And you're basically just squeezing the thing with your legs. I'm very intrigued by them. I'm not against them. When I see people on them, I think personal transportation like this is the future. The more we normalize this stuff and the more we have better infrastructure on our roads, the better for everyone. And obviously, the less cars, the better as well. But I came across a video where they were riding these through Toronto, and it was kind of like a race. Vivian Johnson says, okay, we can take up a collection. Toronto E-Riders. This is a group that Tom Tim Tung is a member of. And this one is called Look Ma No Hands. So if you want to see more of this stuff, go to this guy's channel, watch his videos, subscribe. I'm not condoning it or endorsing it. I'm just kind of very intrigued by it. And they do this thing called Cannonball Run, where they try to race across the city.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. This is the Cannonball Run. So it's from Ashbridges Bay, where we just were hanging, all the way to Kung Fu Tea on Bloor. I think it takes about 22 minutes drive.
Okay, so they're all the way on Ashbridges Bay, and they're going all the way basically to what looks like Koreatown. And they're racing. So it says car 11.1 kilometers, 22 to 50 minutes. That's a pretty big range. But they're going to do this in like 15 minutes.
I think if you look up directions, we usually do it in about 15 minutes.
But watch this. We won't watch the whole thing, but watch the way this guy rides around the streets of Toronto. He's got like a flashlight in his hand.
So it's a free-for-all race.
Little XO, how are you?
First one there wins.
Fans Buses Gaming got COVID. And you're starting school tomorrow. Sweet. Good luck on starting school tomorrow. Hopefully. Oh, you got over COVID. That's good. So you're all testing negative. Speaking of that, my brother actually just texted me and he has COVID. He said he's been feeling quite fatigued and tired. He doesn't have the sore throat yet. So hopefully hopefully good things come to him soon and he gets better. Colette asks how this filmed. He's actually holding the camera in his hand and there's a stick. It's like it's an Insta camera and it has the ability to take out the basically the selfie stick that you're holding. So right here he's holding the camera in his hand and it removes the stick. But look at this. I think this is Lakeshore. Look how fast these guys are going. On this little wheel. Is this Eastern? Yeah, I think it's Lakeshore. Another guy just flew by them. Isn't this insane? I think this is mental. He just said he's going 67 kilometers per hour. 69? Not going to play the whole thing. YouTube's... Is it copyright or not? Not really. If you're reacting to something, it's not. But again, go to this guy's channel and watch this. The Minecraft player says, is someone going to get hurt on these one day? Maybe, but Marge says, do not even think about getting one. You know what? If I got one, I wouldn't be going more than like 20, 25 kilometers per hour. But no, I have no intention of doing that. Fans Buses Gaming. Look at this. Slicing through traffic. There's a guy in a scooter. That would be me. Just the guy all the way on the right. I guess streetcar tracks are not a worry at all for these tires.
Shit, wrong one, eh?
Now he's on the sidewalk. Like, F you if you do that on the sidewalk. I'm sorry, it could be a really cool guy, but just imagine someone like walking their dog in the sidewalk and this guy rips around the corner. Wrong way, left turn.
Sometimes that happens on the
Tom Bike says the guy doesn't need more attention. Hey, it happened. COVID Hippo says, don't try this at home, kids. Bloody hell. Yeah. So we'll just skip ahead to the part where he's like downtown Toronto. Gets... So I think those are, yeah, a bunch of buses that have been decommissioned that are acting as streetcar buses that will be... pulled in. Something just happened here. I'm getting a notification. Oh no, Kyler Murray scored. Don't. Come on.
Brett, you lost your seat, bud.
So where are we now? We're going north up.
I'm not taking the way the group's taking. I'm going up University.
This is north up University. Naughty Brown says, Johnny, no, you are not getting one. Are these licensed? No. Much like e-scooters and anything that's not an e-bike, like a one-wheel, all these things are technically not allowed on the roads in Toronto, but look how fast he's going. I mean, he clearly has balls of steel. Here, we'll just skip ahead a little more. Look at this guy. No helmet. So this other guy is doing... This guy at least is wearing like proper gear. He's not going to turn himself into like a human pizza. Minecraft players. Yeah, you're... Ideally, I think you're supposed to stand perfectly upright when you ride these things. But this guy at least looks like he's got a helmet that could withstand a pretty good fall. But look at this guy. Look at that. Hello, Crescent Art Designs. Whippy Dude says it had a license plate on it like a motorcycle. It might be a vanity plate because I am 99% sure these things are not allowed on the streets in Toronto. The Minecraft player says he has good balance. You balance side to side. It does the upright balance for you, but look at this guy on the left, right behind my head.
I wonder if those other guys are going to be close. They took the other turn.
Yoink! Just slipping through cars. Marie Palmer says death wish no helmet. That's my thought. I mean... He's in the bike lane now. What happens if like some knucklehead just steps in front? Now, if you're wondering how to stop on these things, it's my understanding that you lean back. And leaning back trips the brake. So you can actually stop quite easily, but... Anyways, yeah. So that is a crazy video of someone with balls of steel. Atrofana, he's pretty close to whoever is recording this. No, he's recording it with his hand. Jennifer Gallus says, I'm getting a headache. It is what it is. It just kind of... I watched that on my big screen, and I was kind of like... The whole time, I knew these things are out there, and I generally, like... Everyone I see riding them rides them responsibly based on what I see. Like, they're no different than an e-bike or e-scooter, but yeah, these guys were just ripping through. Ice Cream King says, why do they have a license plate in the back? I don't know. Here I am. Is that better? Atrofana says, I don't even think e-scooters are safe. Well, I would hugely disagree with that. I think as someone who rides them, I would say I'm safer on them than I am on my bike. But it's really just a matter of preference. Susan says, license to ban. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I'm not weighing in one way or the other. I'm just showing you what happened. You can make up your own conclusions for that. But there's all kinds of these. EUC, Toronto Night Ride. The Toronto E-Riders, though, are just a group of people who want to hang out with their electric toys. There's an Apollo scooter. I think these are called Sunrons or something to that effect. Tom Tim Tung hangs out with this group. It's all like pretty hardcore stuff. But yeah, don't worry, guys. I will not do what we saw that last guy do. I mean, borderline maniac, maybe. Lisa is here. Lisa says, "What's up?" Susan says you should join them. I'd say hi if I ran by them. Whitby Dude says you probably have no more balcony storage room for this. These things are small though. I could easily fit that in my closet. Who's just says e-bikes, scooters, and skateboards are cool things, but at the end of the day, you prefer your BMX a lot safer, and you can do tricks on them. Hey, it's all a matter of preference. I actually hope these things are legalized. I know that looked crazy, but I mean, you can ride them like just anyone, just like a cyclist on a bike. They can ride stupid and reckless, or they could ride responsibly. Same with the driver in a car. These things are no different. I think, you know, this kind of transportation is the wave of the future, and in a big city it should be embraced, but it is what it is. If you're curious about, I know I've probably shown this at some point, but there's a channel I watch every week called Zero Enigma. This guy's pretty controversial. He's had some hate videos made on him. Clayton Crawford says, hello, Johnny and everyone. Hello, Clayton Crawford. Welcome to the Sunday night stream. Thank you very much for your $2 and your support. And man, you have been, Clayton, I have one critique of you. You call it your weekly newsletter, but you send it out like almost every day. You should call it your daily. And it's a lot of reading and creative writing. So keep them coming, Clayton. But it does say weekly, and I noticed every day I seem to get one. Sometimes in like the middle of the night. Oh, Clayton just pumped out an email. But thank you. So this guy, he's in New York City, and what he does is he records his commute to work and back every day, and then he creates a compilation, and then he uploads the compilation, and he calls it Bike vs. Stupidity.
Take your time.
So it's kind of like the very good.
Hooray! Someone who uses their eyes.
Susan says, is a lorry a truck?
Wrong
Yes.
way, dumbass. Oh, the jellyfish towers.
He's just squeezing through traffic. Okay, maybe.
How about we pay attention?
Bang.
Yep.
That girl almost got killed. So it took me...
Pedestrians have the right of way to be stupid.
So it took me all of spring and all summer to make one compilation that wasn't even remotely comparable to just like 5 minutes of one of this guy's like videos of riding through the streets of New York every week.
Wrong way, dingleberries.
Wrong way, dingleberries. Oh,
Wrong way, dumb shit.
that guy was texting too. So
Traffic goes that way. Come catch up.
okay, so I'm not condoning what he does or what he says. I just find it entertaining and I enjoy watching the channel. It is what it is. But if you ever have some rage and you want to let loose, watch Zero Enigma. It's pretty funny. But there have been like numerous videos of people like hate watching this guy. So it's kind of it is what it is. Kind of like the last guy. I'll let you guys have your own opinions on him. Susan says same with people who walk 3 abreast. One of my big pet peeves. Oh no, so now I am favored 55-45% to win fantasy football this week. It is not good. Not looking good. Your compilation video must have been a lot of work, says Whippy Dude. It was. I just did a new title and new thumbnail for that this week. No, today. I just sort of redid that. I did. Tomorrow will be on Friday night. I said I was going to do a night walk. But rather than go downtown, I didn't go downtown. But I did a walking video, and then I came back and I did a riding video, and that's currently rendering on my other computer. So I have those two. I have one walking video from yesterday, and tomorrow I'm gonna do a collaboration with another YouTuber in Toronto, one you know fairly well. So I've got that content up. Lisa says I was called a very dirty word by an asshole riding an e-scooter Vespa thing on the sidewalk beside the bike lane. There's protected bike lanes on the viaduct. I just tell them to F off if I see them doing that, especially if they give me lip. Dylan Reynolds says, hey everybody, just an FYI, you're live on your channel right now. Dylan Reynolds. If I type Dylan Reynolds Pickering, will it come up? Hey Dylan. I'm already subscribed to you on my other channel. Novell Cost says the collab must be with Unbox Therapy.
Hey Johnny!
Create a channel. It says create a channel to join. I can't chat. I can't chat with this account, Dylan. Sorry, I can't chat with this account, but hello.
Hey.
Hopefully you're
How are you doing, Mr. Fry? How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? This is kind of a stream. We are video chatting through our streams. Novell says his voice doesn't sound anything like Johnny's impersonation. That was back when Dylan Reynolds...
Anybody that wants to come on to the stream sometime and see me and actually we can talk, Johnny, you're more than welcome to.
All right, Dylan.
And I caught COVID on Friday.
You caught COVID? COVID Hippo says you considered a podcast with Dylan back in 2021 has come to life. Yes. This is the famous Dylan Reynolds. And because he put COVID in his title, whenever you do that...
Yeah, a lot of people in my family have COVID right now.
Whenever you do that, it puts this COVID warning up here, right? If you're in America, it links to like whatever the FDA's official like COVID spiel is. Speaking of which, if you are in Midtown and you need rapid tests, they actually have them at the Rexall. I realized I was all out of rapid tests, and I was walking by, and there was just an employee standing around, and there were nobody in the store, and I realized like, maybe what if I get sick again? What if one of my neighbors like gets sick and ask if I have any tests? So I asked them, and they had a test. So now, or they had plenty of tests in the store. So I was able to pick up a freshly closed box of COVID tests. All right, Dylan. Well, it was cool hanging out with you. Bronny James says Johnny Strides gang. I'm gonna head back over to my stream now.
Thank you guys, because I got a lot of people worried on Friday.
Oh, you got a lot of people worried? All right, Dylan, I'm gonna head back over and continue on with my stream. But it's nice to
aim.
I think there's like clearly a big lag here, but thank you, Dylan. Have a good night. And maybe we'll check back in a bit. And just so you have your view count helped, I'll leave myself on your stream.
Hi, Brody. Hey, how are you?
All right, we'll just turn down the volume. I'll leave this here. Yeah, 480 is fine. But all right, Dylan. Hope you get better. Well wishes to you. Christopher Haydock says, Marge, no, but I'm campaigning for it to be. Susan, yeah, but Susan, everyone was like out of stock for like weeks and weeks. Anyways, the Rexall Young and Eglinton actually has them in stock. If that is something you're interested in. Johnny Strides, where was I? Oh yeah, doing a collaboration tomorrow. I'm meeting a certain somebody whose name might rhyme with Sven around 11 a.m. We're going to film one video for my channel. Then we're going to film one video for his channel. It's supposed to rain. I might bring my live streaming gear. Maybe we'll just we'll walk around a bit and we'll live stream. If not, I'll just come home and edit it. I do have something to do tomorrow night, so I won't be streaming tomorrow night, but Novelcost says he's collabing with Sven. But yeah, that is my plan. Dylan Reynolds says, all right, I'll put that message up, Dylan. You guys want to come watch my YouTube channel? We will be live tomorrow at 6:50 p.m. Eastern Time on Dylan Reynolds. If you're struggling to find Dylan Reynolds, just go into my comment section and click on his name. The comment section on Johnny Strides, that'll take you to Dylan Reynolds' channel, or you can search Dylan Reynolds Pickering and it should come up. Naughty Brown says, what are you doing tomorrow night? I might be going to a bar and watching Monday Night Football. COVID Hippo says, hey, I live stream too. You do, COVID Hippo. Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I post a lot of Fortnite videos. Clayton Crawford says, I will write a comment for Dylan. Make sure you compliment Ken on his new haircut. I already met Ken after he had his new haircut. We streamed together the other night. It was completely not planned at all, but it just so happened to work out that way. Oh, I think Kansas City and Arizona game is over. Is it over? Is it over? It's over. Okay, the damage is not that bad. I'm down currently by 6 points, but I have DK Metcalf and Ezekiel Elliott still to go, and he has Denver defense. Ooh, this is going to be close. I'm a 56% favorite to win the game. COVID Hippo says, go to the comments tab. You used to play Fortnite, but you gave up on it. Or videos tab. Then you got to change your channel trailer. Change your channel trailer. Looks like you're just playing Wii Sports these days. Shrek likes onions. So last week, I did some... here, I'm going to put my stream over on the big TV. Just so I can monitor it that way. Yoink, 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 yoink. Yeah, he says COVID Hippo tried to find me at Eglinton Station. So last week I did a few dumb quizzes. And I was watching football and I found this one. It's called Am I Stupid? This 100% honest quiz is going to reveal it. Should I do it? COVID Hippo says you're premiering a video after the stream and you're currently editing it. How are you going to get it uploaded and processed in time? Genuine question. Susan says Johnny doesn't come out of hiding. Not on Sunday. I had no food, so I ordered a Domino's pizza earlier today. If you're looking for the answer to Am I Stupid? This quiz helps you find out if you have any symptoms to dumb, unintelligent, or stupid. It is 100% honest. I don't know if this is grammatically correct, but I'm going to say no, it's not. This is not an IQ test. Instead of evaluating how smart you are, the questionnaire reveals how stupid you might be. Stupidity is not the opposite of being smart. That is why a genuine stupid test like this one on this page should not assess your IQ. Blah, 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 blah. Every other quiz is stupid. Here's why. Most I am stupid quizzes on the web evaluate your intelligence quotient. So they claim those with less IQ are more foolish. However, that is only a shameful idea. There is no relation between being dumb and having a low level of intelligence or less thinking capacity. So there's a lot of work. I guess they're... All right, let's just go and do the test. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to read your chat. Your friend wants to buy a Valentine's gift for their partner. They need an extra $100. All you have in your bank account is $100. What do you do? I give them... Your friend wants to buy a Valentine's gift for their partner. I give them all my money. I help them find a cheaper but nicer gift. I tell them I have no money. I lie. I give them the money, then make fun of them. If it was like my best friend in the whole world, I would give them the money and make fun of them. But I'm going to assume it's not. So I'm going to help them find a cheaper but nicer gift. Okay. Your ex shows up and asks you to help them choose a gift for their new crush. What do you do? I'm noticing a theme here. I probably help them. I keep my cool and say no. I ask them to pay me for that. I even pay for the gift so I can later tell the story to their crush and embarrass them later. If I had fuck you money, I would do the last one. I'm going to ask them to pay me for that. I'll help them, but you got to pay me for my time. I think that's a perfectly reasonable. I also like the top two, I keep my cool and say no, but I'm going to try to profit off of this. It seems like a very easy way to make a quick buck. A witch shows up one day saying, I can kill your worst enemy if you agree to sell your soul to me. What do you say? Do I want to kill somebody? Who is if my worst enemy is like Putin? Yeah, in my mind, I'm going to convince myself that my worst enemy is someone who I would not feel guilty at all for removing from this planet. So yes, I will be doing the planet a favor. I will say yes. As for the soul part, who gives a shit? Take it. It's useless. Smoking in public should be legal because it is unhealthy for anyone who is exposed to it. Do you agree? I don't want to stop people smoking. Of course, that is common sense. Heck no, I want to do whatever I want. That is against smokers' freedom. You know what? I'm going to be selfish here. I'm going to say that is common sense. No offense, smokers, but if you're smoking, do it outside, far away from everyone else. But you know, it's the other people who ruin it for us, or ruin it for you. What do you think about the recent Capitol riots in the United States? Uh-oh. Is this a topic we really want to broach? I don't want to judge them. It was irresponsible and unacceptable. It could have been more effective. Rioters made lots of points despite the violence. Capitol riots. Okay, so we're not talking about the BLM activities that went on. Okay, Capitol riots. I'm going to say it was irresponsible. I mean, trying to overthrow a government. That's Capitol riots, right? Rioting at the Capitol. I'm going to say it was irresponsible. I mean, there's a right way and a responsible way to protest, right? Regardless as to what you're protesting, there's a right way to do it. Do you think that violence is always an option in human affairs? Always an option? Always an option? Of course not. Sometimes you might have no other option, like if someone is threatening you with violence and it's really your only way out, but do you think that violence is always an option? This word always leads me to say, of course not. It's a pretty easy answer. A guy found out his wife is cheating, so he killed her, and now he's on death row. What do you think about him? Well, he's a piece of shit, so he is also super stupid. He killed someone. He's super stupid. We're going with that. What do you think about the LGBTQ plus? Is this community? They need help. They need equal rights as others. Okay, I'm not going to read those last two, but this is the obvious answer. You could also say they need help. I mean, that's a pretty obvious answer. I did not vet this test or read it ahead of time. So if I squish this over, can we make that ad go smaller? Would you spend your last $1 to hurt someone you hate? That sounds stupid. Which of the following people is stupid, in your opinion? A person who refused to help a beggar, a person who spent all of his life planning revenge. Depends, right? I mean, what if you're revenging, like, someone who murdered a family member? A person who cares about the laws, a person who works hard to make the world a better place. Which of the following people is stupid? We'll say this one, I guess, even though it's possible that you're actually revenging a good cause. Whippy Dude says these questions are weird. 21st Century says it's a psychological personality test. What is your definition of stupidity? Being a self-centered person, being a toxic and detriment person, being a nice person, being an optimist. I'll say this one, being toxic and detrimental. You see your longtime rival in the street crying out loud. What do you do? I run to help them. I leave them alone. I blackmail them. I punch them in the face. They're my long-term rival, but you're crying in the street? That doesn't mean I hate you if you're my rival. I'll say, what's up? Do you believe you should try to be lovable? No, you shouldn't try to be anything. A country attacks its neighboring country to steal its oil, but they fail and thousands of soldiers die. What kind of test is this? What do you think about that? Thousands of soldiers die. They needed a better plan. Casualty is a part of... No, I feel sorry for the soldiers. Your cheating partner is here to apologize. What do? I give them a hug. I listen politely, then ask them to leave. We need to know the circumstances of this, right? What kind of cheating? I ask for a nude picture so I can blackmail them later. If they're, I don't know. I take my revenge by filming. Okay. Your cheating partner is here to apologize. If I forgive them, I give them a hug. If not, I listen politely, then ask them to leave. We're going to go, either one of the first two are acceptable depending on the circumstances. What is the worst thing a human being could do? Leave their friends alone, hurt others for personal benefit, help others when there is no gain, assist others in achieving their goal. Obviously, hurt others when there's no benefit. Choose a word that you think has a deeper meaning compared to others. Deeper meaning: weakness, balance, profit, retaliation. What comes first in your life? Being a helpful person no matter what. To develop and help others progress as well. Make sure no one can hurt me. Enjoy the moment at any cost. At any cost. That's at the cost of others. That might make you selfish. To develop and help others progress as well, I think is the best answer here, right? Because you're bettering yourself and everyone else. You somehow find your grandparents' love letters. What do? I post them on Reddit. I sell them on eBay. I put them back and move on. I feel bad for reading them. I'll read them, then I'll put them back and move on. We'll go with that one. Finally, select the wisest quote. You are loved when you accept and learn to give. We are standing on the shoulders of giants. You either learn to kill or wait to be killed. You should have fun even if it costs you your life. What kind of... I will say you are loved when you accept and learn to give. Okay. You are intelligent. Intelligent people are the ones that everyone, including themselves, benefit from their actions. So it does not refer to your IQ. Many intelligent individuals actually have average IQ scores. The best thing about people like you is that you make the world a better place. Whatever you do with your life is so beneficial that it positively affects the world around you. Weirdly, someone like you asked, am I stupid, and took this test. No, I did it because I thought it might be something to do on a live stream. Maybe there is someone stupid around you who wants to expose their idiocy on you, huh? Is that Lisa there? That kind of looks like Lisa's profile picture. Lisa, did you write this test? 21st Century says, are you a replicant or human test? Let's just pretend we did. I don't know what the hell that was. I apologize for that. I don't know what that was we just did. Clayton Crawford says, yes, I did, Johnny. You did what? I don't know what we just did, but we're going to mosey on away from the quiz expo. Ooh, I had City Guesser up. Susan says, what the... Yeah, sorry, guys. It was worth trying, I guess. I don't know. It looked like a test we could do. Oh. We'll just move on. So, I am very hot right now. I'm going to turn on my air conditioning. One sec. Wow, what a great stream we have. We have people doing dangerous stunts on the streets of Toronto. Quizzes. But Naughty Brown says, Johnny, I met a girl who lived at the beaches area in Toronto. She moved to Peebles in the Borders. I don't even know what that is. What is Peebles in the Borders? I don't know what that means. Whippy Dude says, at least they didn't ask you for money to see the results. Imagine if that happened. We just wasted like 10 minutes for no reason. So this kind of caught my eye on BlogTO. It says, massive residential tower planned atop a Rogers office building in Toronto. And as much as I dislike Rogers, I kind of dig this building. Like, look how nice it is. It's not glass. It's got good proportions. It's just a classy looking building. And that'll be on Bloor Street East, pretty much right at Ted Rogers Way and Bloor Street. So a prominent Toronto office building occupied by media giant Rogers could soon sprout an enormous residential tower. So yeah, it's going to sit on top of this hideous thing. Oh, that's at Huntley Street. Yeah, that's, well, pretty much. Like, Huntley is Mount Pleasant. There's like an on-ramp down in Mount Pleasant. So that's on the north side of Bloor, actually. Oh, I thought it might have been their big campus a block over. Now, the current concrete exterior would live on as the base of the proposed tower. Plans actually call for a full rebuild of the existing 6-story office building to support a new residential tower rising 63 stories and a total height of 209 meters. Do you guys like that? Susan says that's such an eyesore. I like it. I think it's so much better than all these glass boxes. It looks, there's something kind of classy and New Yorkish about it. I can't really zoom in on it, but I think that's pretty cool. And we need new buildings like this. Remember, the new condos today become tomorrow's affordable apartment stock in like 20, 30 years from now, when the population is going to be like triple what it is now. So as much as you can despise development and developers, they are a necessary evil. We do need these to be buildings. Like the building I'm in now was built as a condo in the 70s. And now I've got like a pretty affordable apartment. If this wasn't built, it wouldn't be a place where people can like afford to live at these days. Although the recent ownership change is trying to counter that. Oh, the Urbanity did an excellent video on this, but we need these buildings. We really do. Maybe not for the smug people that are going to invest and move in them for the next 20 years, but beyond that, they're going to be vital housing stock. So I thought that's kind of cool. That caught my eye. 21st Century says build for the future. Sorry, my microphone just turned off. When I moved it, I accidentally hit the mute button. Sorry about that. Marie Palmer, Bill Chow, Naughty Brown, Christopher Haydock, Marge. Lisa says, hey, can't hear your voice. Vivian Johnson says, everyone said muted. CP did, yeah, I know. This microphone has like a mute button right here. So if I like, it's not a button, it's capacitive. So if you just like touch it ever so lightly, mutes the whole thing. Toronto gets an unusual cafe that's also a real estate brokerage. We'll take a look at that. We'll look at that. The Rock Dunder hiking trail in Ontario comes with breathtaking views. The most memorable Toronto movies and TV shows from the 80s. A visual history of Spadina. What the hell? BlogTO killing it today. They must know it's my Sunday night stream. The lost architecture of Peter Dickinson in Toronto. Well, based on the looks of that, might not be such a bad thing. This is what the Toronto skyline looked like in the 60s, with the lone Mies van der Rohe TD Center dominating. And this hideous building here that recently got a new facade at Bay and Queen and Commerce Court North. The history of the lost Colonial Tavern in Toronto. A bar in Toronto is giving out free drinks if you can complete a secret challenge. This new bridge in Toronto crosses a river that doesn't even exist yet. Yeah, that's probably in the Portlands, Villiers Island. There's a new book about a peeping Tom in one of Toronto's favorite neighborhoods. Christopher Haydock, £3. Thank you, Christopher Haydock, for your support. It is very much appreciated. Thank you, Christopher. This scenic steam train will take you on a stunning fall tour near Toronto. There's a mountain forest that runs through a forest north of Toronto. That's at Blue Mountain, isn't it? I know Blue Mountain has that. You can watch a freaky film about Casa Loma from inside the castle's basement. Castle's basement? Come on, BlogTO. Call it an estate. Call it a mansion. Call it a big-ass home. Don't call it a castle. It's not a castle. This is what Queen's Quay in Toronto looked like in the 70s. This is what horse race... Did you know Toronto used to have tons and tons of horse race tracks? Like, all over the place, there were horse race tracks. There's a big one at Thorncliffe Park. There was one in the beaches that was quite recent, actually. There was a big one on Dufferin, right where Dufferin Mall is. There was another one just north of that. Like, horse racing was like a big thing here. 12 things you'll probably never hear someone from Toronto say. Wow, there's a lineup? I'm not going there. Eugenate13 says, I guess it's called the King's Plate now. I hope they keep the name the Queen's Plate. That's part of the Canadian Triple Crown, which they have at Woodbine Racetrack. I'm so happy with the TTC. I get a really good deal on rent. No, I have no idea where Drake lives. I am so excited to eventually buy a house here. It's too cold to patio. Let's get a picture with the Toronto sign / let's do a photo shoot in Graffiti Alley. Be right there. I'm just parking. Let's go to insert chain restaurant name here. Hey, I went to a St. Louis last night. I'm not a huge Raptors, Maple Leafs, Blue Jays fan. Ron Toe. Yeah, no one actually says that. All right. Kind of a weird attempt at an article. Brewing Brokers. What is this? Brewing Brokers is a quirky new addition to Toronto's cafe and real estate scene. The spot on Yonge Street, north of Lawrence Avenue. I can walk there from here. Twins to family businesses under one roof with a cafe that serves as a front door to a real estate brokerage. And even if you aren't in the market for real estate, the cafe's variety of coffee and espresso beverages Brewing Brokers. Hey, they're being inventive. Might be worth a try. It's just north of here. Tom Bike says, when did we start calling lineup queues? I've always kind of called them queues because when I played Roller Coaster Tycoon as a kid, that's what we called lineups in that game. A movie about immigrating to Thorncliffe Park. This movie tells the story of a family from Syria that struggles to adjust to life in Canada after 5 years in Toronto's Thorncliffe Park neighborhood, and it's getting its world premiere at TIFF next week. And the movie is called Concrete Valley. The area is sometimes described as an arrival city, a first landing spot for many new immigrants in Canada. And thank goodness it is getting a subway station. It's going to take 10 years, but it's kind of like, I don't want to call it a transit desert, because you can take you can get up to Eglinton. It's kind of annoying, and you can take a bus to Broadview Station, and I think there might be one that goes to Pape as well, but it's a massively underserved community that's really just big, enormous concrete rental towers with like a old school shopping mall in the middle. Not what I would call a great urban paradise, but for a lot of people, it's home. So I'm definitely going to check this out. I think that's a pretty awesome concept for a movie. The most memorable Toronto movies and TV shows from the 80s. They filmed Police Academy at the old mental institution on Lakeshore. The Littlest Hobo. I think the theme song to The Littlest Hobo was like burned into everyone's. Wait, where's the theme song? Do you guys remember The Littlest Hobo?
We're on the way.
I just want to hear the theme song. Apparently they use like 9 different dogs. Hey, there's a... The subway train was red. Rosewood. All right. Aunt Barb says for Jack London, Call of the Wild. Oh, that's neat. Lisa says her parents were super wild, super weird about what TV you could watch. I remember watching the Beachcombers, the Smoggies. Unknown says copyright strike. No, it is not copyright strike. The Kids of Degrassi Street. Yes, which later became Degrassi High. The kidnapping of the president. During a standard diplomatic visit to Toronto City Hall, the president of the United States is kidnapped. Oh, that must be a movie. Is that whole movie on YouTube? Why is my mouse... The whole movie is on YouTube. And this was filmed in Toronto probably in the late 70s.
That's all that matters.
That might be worth watching. Stone Cold Dead. The grizzled Richard Crenna stars as a detective searching for a sniper icing these people on the Sin Strip of Yonge Street. Features lots of great shots of the strip. That was back when this looked a lot like Times Square back in the day. Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon, playing in the movie theater. That is awesome. How do I watch Stone Cold Dead? Double Negative, Prom Night, Circle of Two, Scanners. Why am I getting a notification from Fantasy Football? Seeing Things. Today's Special. Yes, that was set in the Simpsons department store on Yonge Street. And there was Jeff the Mannequin who would come alive at night. The Edison Twins. I used to watch the Edison Twins. Okay, this if we're only on the 80s here, this is going to take a while. Class of 84, Strange Brew, Spasms, Videodrome. There's no record of Toronto in the early 80s eerier than David Cronenberg's prophetic Videodrome. I have not seen that. Not standing in as an unnamed U.S. city, Toronto plays itself in the Splatterfest that ponders what the hell Moses Neimer's City TV may unleash thanks to its zesty, no holds barred programming. That looks cool. CP hasn't heard of any of these. Bedroom Eyes, Listen to the City, Police Academy 1 to 4. Yes, then the 5th one they went to Miami, right? So they didn't film it in Toronto. Night Heat was filmed in Toronto. Dear Aunt Agnes, never heard of that. Young's Blood. Oh, that's Patrick Swayze. I remember him most from his Chris Farley bit in Saturday Night Live. City Panic, Night Ride, Night Walk, Night Moves. You can find these on the... Some of my footage was used for the updated version of this by the guy who has the rights to that. Airwaves, Killer Party, The Fly, Degrassi Junior High, Adventures in Babysitting, Friday the 13th. Cocktail, yes, Cocktail. I was in the one of the cafes where they filmed that. The Lakeview Diner at Dundas, right across the street from Trinity Bellwoods, almost. Dead Ringers, Short Circuit 2. Did they film Short Circuit 1 here? Millennium. ENG. Okay, this is getting long. Destiny to Order. Okay, that was a long list. Colette says there's a split in your screen. Oh, my camera must have bumped. Thank you, Colette, for paying close attention. I think I must have bumped my camera or something, and that did that. Sorry, guys. A visual history of Spadina Avenue in Toronto. This is a bit more my liking. Lisa says, whoop. So there were streetcars, and then there were buses, and then there were streetcars once more. Patrick Swayze filmed Tiger Warsaw in your hometown in the late 80s. It's a really bad movie. Where is he going down into? This... Oh, is this where the subway is? That looks like the house that's now used as... Whether on account of its proximity to Casa Loma, the dominant presence of Knox College, the public lavatory at Queen Street, or just the wide expanse it cuts through the heart of the city. Spadina is one of those streets for which we have lots of archival photos. It's not a very clean or private looking bathroom. This is what is now Chinatown, right? This has to be what is now Chinatown. Because we are looking north and there is the Daniels Building, which is the U of T School of Architecture. What is that thing? Yeah, the Waverly Hotel is just on our left there. That's the Daniels Building. I don't know where the... Oh, I'm guessing Casa Loma is just up the hill here? Sorry, I can't read every message on here, but this is cool. I'm going to come back. There's Casa Loma. So this is the CP rail track, so this picture would be taken from DuPont. I'm going to come back and take a look at that. Novelka says that must be a public bidet. Who would do or use a public bidet? So this is someone... Okay, that we'll come back to that. This is what the Toronto skyline looked like in the 60s. This is cool. Lisa says Regent Park. So here is the sugar factory. There's the Royal York. Again, notice how all these old buildings are like covered in soot. Also, the horizon is crooked. The Royal York is leaning. TD Center is leaning. Commerce Court North is leaning. There's no more period. There's no period of more interesting to examine. There's no period more. Oh, sorry, guys. My gimbal is giving up the ghost. I have no idea why it just decided to keel over and die like that. Sorry. What is going on? What is going on? Where is my... 1 second. Ta-da! All right. I have no idea. I use a gimbal to keep my smartphone connected. I have no idea why that happened, but we're back. Ooh, look at that picture. Susan says the gimbal was drunk. Naughty would love to pluck my eyebrows. I have... one like super long eyebrow that is pretty gross that I should probably pluck. Novell says that reminds me of Cleveland. Yeah, it also reminds me of like Cincinnati and like some of those other kind of cities with not very impressive skylines still. The new City Hall was built in 65, followed by Mies van der Rohe's TD Center, and nothing was the same. These two buildings, which would still make the list of most important structures in Toronto, ushered in a complete modernization of Toronto. Look at the Royal York. Look how dirty that thing is. And Commerce Court North. Are you really doing this again? What? Tell me, why are you sick? I just plugged you in. Why are you sick? All right, that was my last attempt to fix it. If I don't fix it, then we're just going to go jump off the balcony and watch football for the rest of the night. Hey, that's a cool shot. That's the TD Center being built. Scale is... We are having a stumbles night on the technical front, aren't we? That is a really, really cool shot. Vivian says gimbal stumbles. That's it, BlogTO? You gave us like 4 pictures? Boo. The history of the long-lost Colonial Tavern in Toronto. That is right on Yonge Street. They built a huge tower right there. Between two historic bank buildings opposite the Eaton Centre in its heyday during the 50s and 60s. The tavern was one of the most popular music venues in Toronto. Sadly, we have lost so many of these music venues. There's a video on it.
He built up a relationship with the New York and LA agent.
The downtown Yonge Street BIA has 156 subscribers. This is what Queen's Quay looked like in the 70s. Johnny Mears says my gimbal is like a dog that won't sit. Some more of the Mies van der Rohe buildings are getting built up. There's the Roundhouse, the CN Tower. Look at that sea of parking right there. Yikes. There's the York Street ramp, which has been removed and will be turned into Love Park. All of this has been like completely cleaned up. The 70s were a fascinating time on Queen's Quay while the condo boom was still a decade away. This was a place in transition. I've done so many walks where I come up and then I go down and then I go over, then I go up and then I come down. This was super, super industrial looking. Prior to the Harbourfront project, Queen's Quay really was an industrial wasteland. Victory Soya Mills. They're building like the Victory Soya Mills lofts, I believe, right now. Just reading some of your messages. It's remarkable to see the state of the street when the expropriation and demolition of the former buildings was complete, but Harbourfront had yet to take shape. I just like looking at the old cars. Look at that. There's a picture of a bicycle with an arrow going on it. Where's your bicycle infrastructure? Was this what counted as bicycle infrastructure back then? Signs of industry haven't been completely wiped out. The Canada Malting and Victory Soya Mill silos are a reminder of the past. Yeah, the Canada Malting silos, I think, actually have heritage status now. And Redpath Sugar still operates as a sugar refinery. Hey, Commerce Court West sprouted up. And I think this Pier 6, is this where the Amsterdam Brewhouse is now located? I think that's where it is. All right, that was cool. Horse race tracks, didn't they all look kind of the same. What's amazing is how well everyone dressed. Every guy is wearing like a suit and a hat, even though it's probably like 30 degrees outside. These ladies are like dressed in the nines as well. Crazy. Did you ever see Glass Tiger in concert? No. PGH says, I don't think the phrase bicycle infrastructure was a thing back then. Not even in Amsterdam, probably. By the way, I just watched... We'll look at one more of these. I just watched a new video that featured Toronto quite extensively on Not Just Bikes Today. Is the video up yet? No, he has not yet uploaded the video. It should be coming soon. It's currently on Nebula, which is like it's like an alternative to YouTube that a lot of creators, big creators, have content on. So I just watched it today, but it really features a lot of like the dangerous crossings in Toronto and London, Ontario. It's really negatively charged video, I guess, but it's super constructive. So look for that on this channel coming up. I think it's a fascinating watch. Novell has Nebula because of Curiosity Stream, but you don't use it much. I like it for like Wendover Productions, Real Life Lore. Not Just Bikes is there. RM Transit is there. There's a lot of creators I watch actually that are on Nebula. But you know what? They only seems to be, I don't want to sound sexist, but it seems to be male centric. I just someone made that comment to me like, hey, I subscribe to Nebula, but there's nothing there for me. And this person was into like home decor and interior design, and they're like, there is nothing there I like. They're the one who said male centric. That's not my term, but I kind of understood what they meant by that, by just like the range of content and the fact that like 9 out of every 10 content creators on there is a dude. So it's kind of, hopefully this is just early stages of Nebula, and it's going to grow and expand to include a lot more creators than that. Maybe they'll include walking YouTubers, but either way, I think it's cool that they have an outlet to exclude us smaller YouTubers from. Susan says, I need to collab with Lizzo. That would be cool. Maybe that's something me and Ken should look into when we meet tomorrow. A visual history of Bloor Street in Toronto. A great old photo of the sign at Duffy's Tavern inspired me to fill in yet another gap in our series of historical posts about Toronto. Bloor Street. Probably the third major street in Toronto. I would say Yonge, Queen, Bloor. That looks like St. George and Bloor Street right there. The Gooderham residence at St. George and Bloor. I called it. That's now like a private club. Although we've devoted some attention to the intersection of Yonge and Bloor, the rest of the street hasn't received its well-deserved time in the spotlight. Well, it's not all that interesting when you get like west of the Old Mill per se, but that is a bit of an oversight when you consider just how important an artery it is. Is this the Humber River right here? Bloor building up east towards Sherbourne? No, this is the complete other side. So that's the Rosedale Valley underneath it. Bloor and Avenue Road. So that's right where Yorkville is. Yes, Bloor had streetcar tracks on it back in the day. Look at all those trees. Look how nice that is. Further to the west near High Park, the area around Bloor was downright bucolic, but you'd have to pass the industrial hub around Lansdowne on your way to the tranquil-looking mineral baths, which are sadly long gone. What's a mineral bath? I don't know why I said it that way. All right, we're going to put an end to watching, to looking at that. Not long ago in Toronto, you couldn't find Last Call after 1 a.m. Last Call tends to be around what? 1:15, 1:30 these days, because after 2 they usually turn on the lights and play some kind of music that is like psychologically supposed to get you to think, okay, it's time to leave this place. They're playing that song. Usually it's not a very energetic song either. Hey, why is this guy giving the middle finger over here? Was there... I thought there might have been one thing here. All right, so this is the last thing we will look at tonight. This is a post called, "With summer almost wrapping up, I thought I'd share some of the best cars and other vehicles I spotted in the Toronto streets this year." And this is by Bamres, Bamres. A vintage old Porsche in front of... I don't even know where this is. There are streetcar tracks. I should know where this is. I wonder if me and Ken were challenged and we were just shown random shots like this, who would win? I think that would be an interesting game to play. Again, I don't know where this is. I should recognize that art, but there's like a very vintage looking Ferrari. That is cool. That is really cool. I love the red and the tan. This looks very Queen West. Boba Boy at Richmond, yeah. That is a Ferrari Testarossa. That is the only color you should ever get that car in. Yes, I've seen them in yellow and black, but that is the color of a Ferrari Testarossa. Fun fact, when I was a kid, I had a plastic one of those on like my bed thing. You said Bobo Boys. Yes, sorry, Broadview. I read that as Richmond. That is Broadview and Gerrard. That's right on the corner because that is very distinct graffiti. I have been out of my mind. What is this? Oh, that... I don't know what kind of car that is. That's cool. An old vintage Saab. Okay, we're really pushing it in terms of... Ooh, a vintage Chevy. Look what a boat that is. Neat. This looks very Danforthy to me. Tabbouleh, Middle Eastern cuisine. They've got a few different locations around the city. There is one just south of here at Yonge and Dundas, but that is not that Tabbouleh. Cool looking car. That BMW looks pretty dope. I won't lie. Modern BMW. That's not special, is it? That's pretty cool. Load 21 more images. All right, now we're talking. Look at that. Obviously Kensington Market. I think we showed pictures of that earlier. There's an old school Beetle. An old Porsche on Queen West. Another old Porsche. Whatever that is. This person has a good eye for... All right, we have come to the end of the stream. I want to thank everyone, Marge says Sunbeam, for coming out tonight. Thank you for your support. Thanks to those who sent super chats. Thanks to our members. Thanks for being good sports and everyone playing nice. I haven't had the best day. I haven't had a lot of energy today. I didn't even go outside. I ordered pizza. I'm sure the beer I just had didn't help, but we'll hopefully be back to our more energetic self next Sunday night. But I want to thank everyone. Marge says hit the like button on your way out. Please do. Or if you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. Vivian Johnson says thanks for Sunday night fun. I don't know what about the stream constitutes fun, Vivian, but if you had fun, then I'm very, very pleased you did. I certainly had fun. But thank you guys. I don't know when I'll go next live on the Strides channel. Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Maybe tomorrow. But I am doing a collab with Ken, so we got some videos coming up on that. But I hope you guys have a great Sunday night. I am totally not going to go watch the 8:25 Sunday night football game. That is not at all why the stream is ending at 8:25. it has come to its natural, organic conclusion. You can trust me on that one. Anyways, thank you guys. And I will catch you on the next one. Yoink.